Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shaw Craft One and my old barn door, and I am getting ready to move my craft room. So if I'm out of commission for a little bit, y'all have to excuse me. I am moving things. So this will be my new craft room. It looks like I'm gonna have to replace the blind. The blind's broken. But it's a lot bigger of a space, praise the Lord. And so now this is my son's, so he'll take that with him. And then this closet's full of his stuff still. And then, but I'll have that closet for storage. And then he's still got some stuff in here too, but I have all of these shelves in this closet. So I just noticed, look, do y'all see that? He has put dryer sheets on his air vent to make his room smell good. That's too funny. So funny. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I have his bed. I don't know if you can see his bed. It's in my hallway right there right now. So yeah, I have an absolute train wreck in my house right now. But I'll have a good sized room to work with. I've just finished sweeping it and mopping it and getting it ready to start bringing things in. So I will keep y'all updated. I will just probably just add to this video once I start moving things in and start doing the organizing. So I don't know how long the video is or how much I'll get to film, but I'll try to film as much of it as I can for y'all. So anyways, stay tuned. Good morning. Okay, it's about a week and a half later, and I have everything moved into my craft room. It is completely unorganized. I don't have the organizing done yet. I have some of the organizing done, but not all of it. So I'm just going to take you on a quick tour. We're not going to go into a bunch of details until I do get the organizing done, but I'm going to try and move slowly. So this is the view. I'm standing at the door of the craft room. Okay, so I have the shelves over here. This little box here is my box. I use that every day, so I had to have that in here. Still haven't replaced the blinds. I will get to that. And then I have this bookshelf here, and then all of my paints. So I'm just gonna kind of slowly turn, and we'll start from the door and go around. Okay, so, all right, that's the door. I have a fan there because I get hot. And a box of stuff to donate to Goodwill. All right, so in this closet, I have shelves all the way up to the ceiling. And so in the top row up there are some empty containers and just things that I don't use a whole lot, and my sequins and my glitter. And then on the second shelf, now again, I don't have this organized, so it may look different the next time you see it. But on the second shelf up there, I have just some odd and end things that, you know, I don't use a whole lot, stickers and pins and things like that. And those boxes over there are pins and colored pencils and things like that. And then on this shelf, I have paper, and on this shelf, I have paper. Now, this shelf, I have organized somewhat. These are the 12 by 12 papers. And then this shelf is more 8.5 by 11 papers. So I still have to go through that shelf. And then down here on this shelf, I have in the corner there a couple of projects that I'm still working on. And then in those bins are some fabrics. And then over here are a couple of boxes of cards, and then my wax paper. And then on this shelf, I have, that's my friend journal stuff, if I ever get back to it. That is a project box. That is a project box. And then a couple more fabric boxes. And then that, I'm not even sure what's in that. And y'all, I've lost my little stickers that I put on my packages. They're the little round stickers that have my name on them. I can't find them anywhere, so hopefully I'll find them somewhere. Okay, and then down here on the bottom, this is a project box. and this is a project box. So I have lots of projects in the works. All right, and then I have this other closet over here. I'm hoping to get a shelf to go on that ledge there. But for now, we'll make do. But anyway, I have laces and fabrics and quilt pieces in this little 3-drawer container here, and then some quilt pieces here. There's my wallpaper and wrapping papers. And then up top, that's a project box, that's a project box, and then that's just some random papers. So that's all that I have in that closet. And then over here is my desk with my sewing machine. And then down here are a couple of boxes that I have to go through and figure out where to put those. So they're just kind of randomly sitting there for now. These are some of my fabrics. And then in this one, I have tickets and game pieces and things like that in the top drawer. Second drawer are my trims, like eyelash trims and things like that. And then in the bottom drawer, I have like empty bags and things for packaging stuff. This chair is horrible. I want to get a smaller chair that's more decent. It is wore out. I got it from, it was like given to me, and it's terrible. But you do with what you have to do with for now. And then this is my computer area. This is where I print my shipping labels and all that stuff. The printer's on the other side of the room, but I'll figure out. Again, I don't have everything organized. So then I have this little container here that has some trims and doilies and things like that, and then some sewing things in there. And then, of course, on top of it is my pin cushions and things like that. And then I have my mixed media art paint section here. That's all my paints, paint brushes, Mod Podge, things like that. Oh, and some toilet paper. Hey, I have toilet paper. And then in this bookshelf, there's all of my stuff for jewelry making. So for journal jewelry and things like that. So this is all my beads and stuff. And then there's a few more things over here for that. This has all of my sewing threads and things like that in it. And then on the bottom is a big box of glues, different kinds of glues. And then there is book pages for books, to make books with. Okay. And then, of course, my trash can. Let me scoot that out of the way. And then I'm going to roll this out because this is my rolling cart. Hang on. I still have to put away all of these cords and things so that I can roll things around easier in here. But anyways, again, lots of organizing left to do, and that's okay. All right, so here's all my sprays, stickles, and all of that. And the second tub is just kind of like overflow mixed media stuff, like sponges and for inks and things like that. And then in the very bottom is just my Mod Podge mat and some vintage books for book pages. So that is what's in that cart. And then over here on this bookshelf, I'll try not to go too fast. All right, in this box are vintage items, like vintage papers and things like that. And that box as well is vintage items. And then in this box are all of my sacks, like paper sacks and things like that to fold and put in journals. That right now is an empty container. And then here I have like my index cards and vintage Rolodex cards and things like that. This, sorry, I know it's messing with the focus. That is a project box, so that it's either going to be a journal or a kit. This is like the homespun folk art type stuff. Okay, and then on this shelf here, this little drawer thing has all of my little bags and things for, packing up goodies for y'all. I have my box of glue sticks, stamps. That's for making faux handmade paper. This box here has my guest checks and all, or not all of my playing cards, but a big majority of my playing cards. Then I just have over here in the corner some extra little books to grab pages from. And then in this little green bin is just kind of like miscellaneous items. Okay, then this shelf is going to be completely gone. The shelf is not going to be gone, but everything on it will be not in here. It'll go into my other room. But this is all my favorite books and journals that my friends have given me. Some of the journals that my friends have given me. And then my honey's Ole Miss lamp, that's going to be going out of here. And then up here, that's just miscellaneous stuff that I still have to go through and figure out what to do with. Okay, so that is the right side of the room. And then I'm going to back up. This is... I'm going to scoot the chair back so you can see a little. Now I need to sweep, so sorry. But this is the table where I stand and work. And as you can see, I have it up on concrete blocks to make it higher so that I can stand to work. And so on my table, I have this little drawer thing here, the little pink drawers with the flowers on them. And they have little flowers and things like that in it. And then, of course, all of my Mod Podges and things like that to glue with. And then on this side of my table, because I'm left-handed, I have my glue gun. See if I can get that to focus better. Sorry. My glue gun. This is the box of tools that I use every day, all day long. And then I have a little lamp here. This is going to go somewhere else. And then these things I use every day, too. So this is kind of my tool work area, okay? And then underneath my table, I have, these are some paper pad covers that I'm going to be doing a project with. I may do a video on it. This is my scrap bin, and these are little scraps to make clusters and things with. This here are my whiteboards that I use when I do my photos. And then in this little tub drawer thing, I have just kind of miscellaneous items like cheesecloth and trims and things like that. In the second box, I have ephemera. And then in the bottom, I have my vintage wallpapers. Over here, I have trims in the top drawer, white and cream trims. Colored trims in the second drawer. I'm trying to remember what's in that bottom drawer. Oh, fabrics, more fabrics that I have to go through. I still have to do lots of organizing for all of that. So that's where I work. Okay, and then on this side, we'll start at the top of this bookshelf. So up here is my friends' journals, and then a couple of boxes of things that I don't use very often. That second row has goodies like ribbons, washi tape. Let's see, this is ribbons, washi tape, doilies, wallpapers. These are little notepads. Both of those are little notepads because, you know, I'm a stationery fanatic. This is just a conglomeration of stuff. This is all of my cutting tools and binding tools. And then some envelopes. And then over here is my consignment booth information. And then just some empty file folders and things like that. And then here, these are my bowls and plates that I use for everything. And then some lace jars. And then Kleenex. Some extra tools that I don't use much. And then, of course, my Bibles and my commonplace book. And then let me scoot this out of the way because down there is more of my mixed media stuff. My jelly plate is in here. Lots of mixed media stuff, collage board stuff, things like that. And then some extra tools. And then this usually, let me see. Okay, that's going to sit there for now until I can figure out something better. I've still got to figure some things out as far as, you know, where I want everything to be. But this drawer thing has all of my stuff to do mixed media art with. Like the top drawer is like, well, here, I'll just show you real quick. Like stamp daubers, ink daubers, inks that I have to go through, and inks. I have to go through all of these drawers of inks because I don't know what's dried out and what's not. And now that's probably going to be dried out if I don't get the top back on. And then there I have some stencils. These are different things to play on my jelly plates with. That is 2. That's just basically empty. And then those are some plastic, like vinyl stencils to do coffee dyed paper and things like that with. So we're going to move this. There's my old hair dryer that I have to throw away now that my sweet friend Nan sent me a heat gun. And y'all, my sweet friend Carol sent me a heat gun too. And I got it the same day I got the day after I got the one from Nan. It was so sweet. So we worked it out and figured it out. Okay. So here is my little drawer thing that I use every day. It has little things in it like little tiny paper clips, bulb pens, safety pins, cabochons, keys, book corners, buttons, little charms, all kinds of little things like that. And then up here I have some laces and ribbons and some buttons. And then, of course, this little drawer thing here I have had forever. So in the top drawer I have all of my twine and bookbinding stuff. The second drawer is empty. Third, fourth, and fifth drawer are ephemera things that I have to go through. And then the bottom 2 drawers are vintage cards and envelopes. Not all vintage, but mostly vintage. Okay. And then here I have a Misty or whatever, one of those little stamping things. And in this little box I have my stamp blocks. In this drawer here on the top, I have all of my stamps. And then this little tower here has tools, pens, like paper clips and staples and things like that in there. Sticky notes and notepads in there. And then the bottom 2 are punches. Okay. So I'm going to roll this back over this way. I'm trying not to make you dizzy. Okay, and then the last little section is where I have my printer, and my Cricut is back there somewhere. This is just a box of ephemera packs that I'm making. Here I have my Cuttlebug, and then dies and things for the Cuttlebug. Of course, copy paper. In this little rolly thing, I have coffee dyed stuff, napkins, and in the bottom, I have some quilt pieces. So that's that little table. And then lastly is behind the door. I have this, which is, oh my goodness, I have so much work to do over here. It's just stuff piled over here that I didn't know what to do with at the time. So I have this little shoe rack that has all of my ribbons in it, which I have to go through. And I'm going to clean out a bunch of those. Then I have this little stack of different kinds of papers, coffee dyed papers and things like that. This is a project box and some junk that I need to go through. More ribbons. I think that was given to me by Miss Linda. I think it's a Big Shot. And then that box is just a bunch of different kinds of tapes and things. That is ephemera that I have to go through. That is a box from my son that I have to get rid of. I can't believe that's still sitting there. Too funny. And then, of course, some old dictionaries that I can pull pages from. And then that bottom box is all different kinds of printer papers and copy papers, photo papers and things like that. And then this is just some extra ephemera and a big box of broken jewelry there. So that's pretty much And then, you know, we're back to the door. So that's pretty much the craft room. Like I say, it's not organized. I have a lot of work to do in here. Sorry if I turned that too fast. I have a whole lot of work to do in here. I still want to get some curtains up, put some pictures up, and make it pretty. But I had a lot of people asking when I was going to show it to y'all. So this is where I am now working. And my old craft room is my shipping room. I am not going to show y'all that room now because it is a train wreck. But I will, once I get everything organized and where it needs to be and get it functional, then I'll do another video and do like an update and show y'all the updates that I've done, the organizing that I've done, and things like that. So that's it. That's my little craft room. That's my little slice of heaven there. So I hope y'all enjoyed the craft room tour. Thank y'all so much for all of your comments about me moving. Thank y'all for being patient during my move and for being so kind. I hope you enjoyed the craft room tour. Please like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a great day. Big hugs.